Okay, so the second one is really talking more about the posterior lines, and more specifically the hamstring groups. I found in practice, all, males and females, all shapes and sizes, they had very common presentation. They had tight hip flexors on the right compared to the left, pulling the right hip forward. They had tight hamstrings on, or what did I say? Tight hip flexors on the right compared to the left. Tight hamstrings on the left compared to the right. That was pulling the left side of the pelvis backwards or driving the left leg long. And what is that? Why is that a big deal? If my pelvis is unlevel and rotated and one leg is longer than the other, then my mass, my weight, and the strike force that I'm using in my gait when I'm walking is different on one side compared to the other. And it's my opinion that the pelvic unleveling and rotation can potentially cause a host of global biomechanical dysfunctional pattern phenomenon. Meaning, if my strike force based on my weight when I'm walking is different on one side of my body, then I'm creating more wear and tear. What does that mean? I'm potentially causing foot issues. I'm potentially causing knee issues. I'm potentially causing early hip issues. So that's why it was so important for me to come up with some sort of solution to unwinding the pelvis, reducing rotation, reducing leveling or unleveling, and balancing the pelvis so that my legs become the same length, and I eliminate and I optimize the biomechanical pattern so that when I'm walking, I have equal or as close to equal as possible strike force on both sides of my body, and I'm not prematurely wearing out or degenerating a foot or a knee or a hip based on dysfunctional patterning. Okay, so how do I'm going to balance just like we did with the psoas and the hip flexors in the first series. We're going to work on the hamstring group. So I'm going to sit I'm on this bench. You can do it on a weight bench in a gym. You can do it at home on the side of a piano bench or on the side of your couch or your bed. Doesn't matter. But I'm going to maintain a flat back. This is a flat back. This is a rounded back. For this particular stretch, I want you to concentrate on doing a flat back exercise, because the goal of the stretch is not to get to your toes. The goal of the stretch is lengthen this hamstring group. So I want to feel it in the insertion on the bottom of my hip bone all the way into the top of my lower leg bone. And I'm going to keep my back flat, and I'm going to lean. I don't get very far, but I can feel that stretching all the way into my hip bone. And I'm going to hold that for about 10 or 15 seconds. I'm going to relax. I can shake it out. I'm going to do another one. I can feel that. I'm going to relax. I'm going to shake it out. I'm going to do another one. I will do 3 to 6 of those, and then I'm just going to scoot over. I'm going to put my left leg up, and I'm going to monitor. I can already feel that my left leg is a little bit tighter, just putting it on the bench. I'm going to keep a flat back. I'm going to stretch from my belly button like it's being drawn that way. I'm not tucking my head and reaching out. I'm going that way. And I'm going to hold that for a 10 or 15 count. I'm going to relax. I'm going to shake it out a little bit. I'm going to do another one. And I'm going to repeat that 3, 4, 5, 6 times, 10, 15 seconds, 10, 15 count each. And I'm going to monitor which side is a little bit tighter. I might do an extra rep or an extra session on that leg. And the ultimate goal, just like on the fronts, is to balance the back lines. It's going to take time, okay? Now, I'm going to show you a different stretch in the next session.